Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk The Walking Dead Q&A number 95. Two things. One, I'm so backed up on videos, guys. Stick with me, bear with me. This week, it's going to be give or take, up or down, high or low, upload or not. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a Q&A for The Walking Dead every single day, Monday through Friday. Hopefully, we're going to be back on track next week. The second thing, if you're new here, you can find those rules to participate. It's very important. They're going to be down in the video description. With that out of the way, let's jump right into the first question. Math, i.e. you, Schmearden. Ronnie, if it's Glenn that bites the bat, would you be mad if they made you wait for months if they just did it like the comic? You know, at this point, there's nothing that can redeem 6, in my opinion. I'm definitely looking forward to 7, but at this point, I am certain that I would have preferred the focus to be on Rick Grimes, like literally focused on him, the camera, not just, get that feeling, because we did get that feeling. I would just prefer they skip the whole, point of view cliffhanger death. It kind of altered the whole meaning or feeling of the end of 6. There's nothing they can do, but they can definitely make me love 7. That's absolutely a possibility, no matter who they kill. Big Boss, assuming Abe survives the premiere, do you think he will tone it down with the wisecracks and funny one-liners, since that's a staple of Negan's character? No, I don't think. No. I don't understand this in the world of The Walking Dead, where us fans think we can only have one character who uses a crossbow, one character who has a katana, one character who has a poncho, one character that is funny, one character that cracks wise jokes, one black character. Okay, maybe not. I was just teasing. But no, I don't get it. Negan's personality is extremely different from Abraham's. I mean, very, very different. Just because Abraham has these mother dick one-liners doesn't mean that's anything at all like Negan's foul mouth expressions. So no, not at all. Not at all. Alex McMovies. Alex or T-Dog, who would you have chose? Which one would you give more development? Neither one. They were what they were supposed to be. Fear the Walking Dead AMC. When Negan was about to hit Maggie, do you think he would have hit her if Glenn didn't go for him? No, that was just him messing around. He wasn't really going to hit Maggie. He was just goofing off. Jesus Christ. Ronnie, what episode do you think we'll get to see Ezekiel? Well, since they showed him in the trailer, I don't think they're going to hide him for long. I think, depending on what they show us first, we should definitely see him in the first 4 episodes, somewhere in there. I don't think there's any reason to make us wait, depending on what they're giving us first, though. Erica Montaho. I don't know why I'm fucking around. In the comic, Michonne leaves Alexandria and becomes a pirate. Yada, yada, yada. I've talked about this time and time again on this channel. We don't need any of that. We just don't need it. It fit the comic book and the world of The Walking Dead in the comic because they also turned that into a video game. We don't need it for the show. Amy Beer. Ronnie, do you think if they kill Abe that The Walking Dead will give Rosita more character development, as she's really not had much to draw us close to her other than being her standard tits and ass on the show? I really feel she would have more fans if they gave her more story arc in season 7. They have to be careful, though. It might be too late for that character. However, I am definitely open for more story. I know I started liking her a little more where they had that altercation with the Saviors on the train tracks, and she was still getting, even though she was pissed at Abe, she still had his back. She was bucking off like, pa, pa, pa. I was like, damn. That's it. Sasha kicking ass, or Rosita kicking ass. Sorry, I have a thing for Sasha too. But yeah, I definitely would like her to have story. If it's good story, though. If it's just filler, filler character development, nah, just, keep her hanging around as the pretty face and then kill her when the time's right. Harry Buntrock. Do you think in season 7 premiere we will see a graphic image of the Lucille victim? Now, I'm getting asked this a lot, and somebody else asked, who are you? Josh Bryce. Will the Lucille victim scene be similar to the one when Rick kills Gareth in season 5, in which nothing was actually seen, but the chops were heard? Now, it was actually brutal. Gareth, if you saw pictures from the behind the scenes, his guts were spilled out and everything. Now, I kind of like what they did with Gareth. I would have rather seen more, but I like how it was done off screen, similar to the comic being done off panel. With the Lucille victim, though, I feel they need it. I mean, they need it. Absolutely. And I agree with Harry Buntrock. You also said, I feel that they need to add to the shock value similar to Herschel's death. Yeah, Herschel's death was brutal because you saw all of it, you know. Pretty much. I mean, chopping head off, it was off screen for the most part, but you got enough. Act of Vengeance in the comic book. You know what? You ask like 9 questions or something like that. I can't do every one. Not only that, questions 2 to 6, 7, we've done in the last couple Q&As. So we've already covered them, you know, to death, pretty much. You did ask, though, about Ezekiel and Michonne. In the comic book, when they first meet, she pulls out her katana, he pulls out his sword cane. They don't really get off on the right foot when they first meet. I don't think they need to do any of that with any character. I think because they accepted Morgan and Carol, that's going to be remixed in a certain way. I'll be shocked if they do anything similar to that. In my opinion, that was done in the comic as one of those covers that could spark some talk. Could get fans talking, but really didn't amount to anything, you know? It was a pointless cover. It's actually, I think it's the worst cover in the history of The Walking Dead as far as the comic book is concerned. I rate that as one of the worst covers. And I accidentally, legitimately, because I was doing something at the time, I think going between comic shops, I accidentally bought 5 of them. And I hate that cover. Anyway, Amorato Panici. Ronnie, I want your opinion on this. Sasha was really fleshed out in 5, but she left and took a back seat in 6. What do you think the writer should do with her? She has been in the show since season 3. She's a great character, and she's important to Abraham. I think they should do more with her, keep her on, and definitely flesh out her character. But do something with the character to build her fan base, though. Because she alienated a lot of fans being in a mood for most of 5, I think, you know. Was it 5 or 6? Either way. I think it was 5 into 6, the end of 5. Javier Salino. Considering the bond Morgan and Carol developed through 6, how do you think they will react to the Negan kill? I think this is very interesting. I think this is really interesting because normally we would think Carol would go, oh, no, fuck that. This guy gotta go. We gotta take care of this dude. I think she might start considering, what if we didn't kill? What if we didn't go after Negan's people? You know, what if we didn't do that? We might have had a different experience. Now, Carol doesn't know about the rule that they kill a person no matter what. And when Daryl and them first met them on the road, they had that rule, but they gave it a pass for a little bit until Abraham opened his mouth again. It was very ambiguous, where we didn't know if they were actually going to kill somebody, but there's too much of a chance that they would have just to, you know, be more like Negan, because they were tryhards. That group later on, what was her name? Alicia Witz. Okay, was that who played her? Yeah, she said that they were always coming off as tryhards. So I don't know, but it's very interesting. I can't wait to see how Morgan and Carol react to that, because they are right. There is an opening for them to not have attacked the Saviors and actually went to them first and really, you know, got to see how big they were and how truly outmatched they were, and it might not have been as bad as it was, you know. There's a chance, though, and this is what I say is the rock in the hard place. There's a chance that no matter what they did, one of them could have died no matter what. If that was the law of the land, they're screwed, you know, damned if they do, damned if they don't. Hey, Ronnie, do you think we will get a detailed, fleshed out backstory of Negan in Season 7? I don't think we need it. A lot of people say that because of the comic book we're doing that with Negan. I don't think we need it, though. Not on the show. I don't think now's the right timing. I know Jeffrey Dean Morgan talked about that is coming, but with the way he said it, I really think he's talking about the Saviors and how they extort the backstory with Dwight's burn face, and it doesn't even sound like they're going to show Dwight per se, but through another character, which I'm all for that. I want to see that. I don't want to see Dwight get burned. I think it's better if we watch another character and then we visualize that's what he went through. You know, same thing with Daryl. Daryl can be the same as us, kinda. We are witnessing this just like Daryl, so we understand whatever feelings he's having. We can relate to it. I think it's perfect. But I forgot what fuck your question was. What was it? Oh yeah, backstory. I don't think we need it, and I know Jeffrey Dean Morgan hinted we're gonna get some, but I think what he's hinting at is different than what we think as far as it being like, here's Negan from the comic. Patterson Morin, 32. I butchered that. Patterson? No, maybe not. Do you agree with me when I say that Deanna being a walker in the forest is a minor plot hole? Yeah, she got swarmed, and they really should have showed why she wasn't, eaten up. If she shut the door and the walkers, left, and then she opened it and then died, they need to come out and clear the air on that, because it really does look silly as hell. Juan Fortes. Do you think the show should have a TV-only villain? No. No, hell no. And I know a lot of fans like to say, it's not the comic book, you idiot, to a lot of comic book fans. It's different from the comic book, you idiot. Yeah, that's true. It's different. They're going to remix it, but let's keep in mind, it's still based off the comic book. They didn't make The Walking Dead just to make a totally different zombie show. They made The Walking Dead because they saw the potential in the story from the comic. So with that said, they wouldn't take a big major villain that's a TV-only villain, put them in the show, and then having all the fans waiting for the main comic villain. They wouldn't have us waiting 2 seasons to get to Negan and show us, some other villain. Minor, sure. Major, no. Leafs suck. How do you think Shiva's death will play out on the show? I think Shiva's gonna die by the Saviors. I think that's better for the CGI, for the realism. I think that fits better, and I think there's more of a chance to not make it look like shit if Shiva is gunned down. If it's the walkers, if the walkers take Shiva down, I think it worked in the comic, but it won't work in the TV show. No, hell no. And if you fucking say spoilers, it's a tiger, guys. It's a tiger, Goodbye. It's a damn tiger. Todd Murray. Hey, Ronnie, do you think they will make it to the hilltop in the premiere? I hope so. I know a lot of people are running around with rumors that are probably rumors based off of spoilers that Negan takes Rick on a little tour. And I'm fine if he takes him to, I don't know, the logged road where they burnt it up. Maybe they take him there and they say, okay, here you go. We burnt it up. Oh, fucking hell, that actually makes sense. I heard all these rumors that he takes him there and he beats up Carl or some shit like that, which I'm saying it because I don't believe it. Please, AMC, that sounds so fucking dumb. It sounds out of character, it sounds stupid, and I'm not going to reveal a big part of that, but it sounds so dumb. But that's the rumors. But now that I'm thinking about it, why did they burn that road, And I get it. The fire, it's hot. It pushes them out of there. You can't go through all that burning wood, and get through it. Maybe if it was actually wood, well, no, you don't have any heavy equipment. So then I'm thinking, what if they burned it so they knew they were going to trap them over here somewhere, and then they can take them back to it where it's burnt down, and that would be in the trailer where it's all smoky, and then since they burnt it, there's room for the RV to go through now, and Negan's like, see, you paid the price, you can go. You know what I mean? Something similar to that. I think that makes sense. But if Negan takes them there, I'm telling you right fucking now, if he takes them there and he threatens them and he threatens Carl and does all this stupid shit and beats him half to death, I'm going to throw my remote control at the TV. Well, no, not my TV. I will go to a convention and I will throw my remote control to whoever wrote that screenplay. Please don't be Gimple. I really like Gimple. I'd hate to have to throw my remote at you, Gimple. No, that's so fucking dumb. Watch that happen now. Shit. James Mitchell, Ronnie, with the TV show remixing various parts of the comic and adding in new material that wasn't originally in the comic, what is your favorite remix or addition into the show? Gotta be Shane, hands down. I will say I have a bunch of favorite remixes. I love what they did with the Terminus people, with Terminus, catching them in the train car, going to slit their throats, them escaping. I love what they did. I still believe firmly they overhyped it. They overhyped it as the goriest, 10 minutes on screen. and I'm thinking some wild, crazy, gory shit, and then we watch it and it's only throat slits, and I was like, oh, okay, that's... But then when I rewatched it after the season's done, I was, I had all that gore, all that hype out of my head, and I was terrified for them. I'm like, oh, that's terrifying. You're tied up, you're brought to a drain, pretty much, a blood drain, and you're cracking in the back of the head one by one and slitting your throats. That is terrifying. Ratings first, fans' enjoyment second, My favorite remixing is Shane. The Sophia stuff, I loved it. The Terminus stuff, I like that too. The hospital stuff, I think that was probably one of the weakest original content. But I'm glad, because I thought Beth was a bad fit for this world. And I'm glad they were able to get rid of that character without making it something cheap. I really wish they would have went over that storyline again and made something different instead of what we got. Shane's my favorite remix. XGamer25 Pro. Do you think Daryl has a better chance of being Lucille'd because he was the first to kill the Saviors? No, not at all. And I want it to be random. I think it's more terrifying if it's random. I think that if Negan picks, there's more of a reason to hate Negan after the fact. If it's random, we can kind of sympathize with him. Or not sympathize, but understand. Okay, Rick, they killed a lot of his men. Negan just picks random one. Nothing personal. This is the way it is. I'm going to kill one. You're going to fall in line. And then we can work together. Keep in mind, after Negan kills one of them, they are good. They can travel the land without worrying about fighting the Saviors. For a little while, at least. Until Rick fucks it up again. Thoughts and opinions down in the comment box. We're going to stop it here. And I fucked up the ending, so I'm just going to get going. See ya.